The University of Oregon and Dan Lanning, they now tab Demetrice Martin, a.k.a. Meat Martin. He's now the new cornerbacks coach for the University of Oregon. So Meat Martin now headed to Oregon, and very, very interesting move. Meat Martin headed to Eugene. As you see there, of course, the spotlight's just right, on the video, the overhead light. But what I was going to say about Meat Martin and going to the University of Oregon, I like this hire. This is an experienced cornerbacks coach. This is a guy that was at UCLA, so he already has the relationship with Adrian Clem. A lot of people are, kind of saying that this staff with like Adrian Clem and now Meat Martin, how it's all going to be like, it's basically Jim Mora's, UCLA staff in 2013, but that staff really could recruit in 2013 under Jim Mora. And I believe also that Dan Lanning has familiarity with Demetrice Martin and was probably battling him for recruits when Dan Lanning was at Arizona State trying to help out Todd Grantham. And the thing is about Todd Graham and Arizona State and Demetrice Martin, Demetrice Martin, he did a pretty decent job, I think the guy Moreau, who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, came out of UCLA. So they recruited fairly well. And then he went to Colorado. He hasn't been as good at Colorado. In Colorado, I believe, though, he did work with Mel Tucker. So he has good background there. And let's see, he was with Arizona and Kevin Sumlin. So he's been a cornerbacks coach for a very, very long time. Michigan State and Pasadena, California. So you have a couple of guys now from LA. If Adrian Clem gets added, he's from LA. Looking at the other staff hires, I mentioned Clem. Tony Toyota is a guy that's from California or he's from Hawaii. Tosh Lapoy is a California guy. So he's really, Dan Lanning's really trying to add Los Angeles and recruiting to his formula. All right. You look at Clem. Clem was named one of the best recruiters in the country. Toyota was a very good recruiter as well. So you have Clem, you have you have Mickey Malkow that we talked about, Matt Polage going to be helping out on the back end. So you now have Polage working here with Demetrice Martin. Linebacker coach has not been announced yet. Tony Toyota. Hopefully, also the linebacker coach can be Tosh Lapoy. And then you're going to be adding then the guy you're going to Tony Toyota. Dan Lanning's going to be helping out on the defensive side of the football as well. So the recruiting's going to be really, really good. I know that Colorado's corners were kind of average. I know that Arizona was kind of a disaster, but this guy has experience in this league, and this guy has recruited California, and Arizona and Colorado are a lot tougher jobs to recruit to than the University of Oregon. So this guy really knows the landscape of recruiting. This guy, again, is an expert with cornerback play. He's coached corners for about 15 years, so he adds that type of experience. I know that you have Adrian Clem. I know that Kenny Dillingham's going to be working with quarterbacks. Wide receiver and running back coach, those are the two positions that need to get filled. I don't know about tight end. I don't know about a special teams coach. It also said that Meat Martin was going to help out and be the passing game coordinator, so I don't know if he's going to help Kenny Dillingham with responsibility responsibilities in terms of like actual game planning during the season. But overall, I don't really have a problem with it. Again, we're going to have to see how he recruits, if he can recruit top-level cornerback play to the University of Oregon. So far, Oregon's adding like a lot of defensive linemen in this class, some really good linebackers that I've reviewed in the class, really good defensive tackles. So, again, it's going to be interesting to see how they do on the back end. They probably need to add like some safeties and some corners here, as we continue to progress with recruiting. But I'm excited to see what Demetrice adds to this team. He has, again, Los Angeles roots, and he has great experience in the Pac-12. I'm not as excited about him as I am maybe like Adrian Clem or maybe a Tosh Lapoy that was with Alabama, or Matt Palich is a guy, that, again, had a lot of success at Baylor in some of these stops. Again, it's a guy that he has bounced around a little bit, Arizona and Colorado, and even at Washington under Sarkisian, they give up a lot of passing yards. But again, we're putting Demetrice in the best light. We're putting Meat Martin in the best light because he's a really good teacher, really good recruiter, and he will be working with Palich. He will be working with Dan Lanning. So again, I think that just like Toyota, I think that this whole defense is going to have a lot of experience, a lot of resource for a young coach to look at. And again, we'll see if Oregon, this year they should be favored in the Pac-12 again, and there's going to be high expectations for Meat Martin, Demetrice, but let's see him come in there, and let's see how he does. He's a veteran. He's a Pac-12 guy, and excited to really see how Demetrice does in this role at Oregon. So congrats to him. And again, I think it's a pretty decent hire. If the secondary gets lit up, then again, you're going to have to be adaptable. But in this stage, I do like this hire. You add experience, you add great recruiting. And yeah, so that's Meat Martin's profile going to Oregon.